I'm in Vietnam's Women's Museum right now. Finally, I've seen one English language newspaper. I've seen thousands of shops here in Hanoi, but not seen a single shop which really sold newspapers. I asked a few people and they said physical newspapers have become redundant. And this is that newspaper which I've seen over here. I'm not really sure how independent it is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be slightly, more than slightly controlled due to known factors. So the point here is not to criticize that. I like some of the quotes which are there in this museum, and I really want to show it to everyone. This one in particular. The romance of those days were really different. Traditional one. This one. You could appreciate the passion, the spirit of this bloke saying, I wanna marry you when we win Dien Bien Phu. I'm not sure whether he's Wu Nguyen Giap, under whom the country fought the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. Must be someone in his team. You really gotta appreciate his passion. And if you look at them, you could really sense in their smiles, in their hopes, about how passionate their relationship would have been. It has some elements of shyness. It does have the romanticism of those days. Another one, this one, is this person who's very keen on the greats. I'm not gonna really appreciate that person. Not very romantic here. Yeah, this one is amazing. This quote just expresses his romance in a pure way, and you really like that. It looks slightly traditional, you would say. You can see love written all over it, but appreciate that. And the romance of these days, so fickle, so quickly changing, so dynamic, can be offset, can be shattered even for the most frivolous reasons you would see. Talking about these photos, I'm not really sure whether they belong to random people or whether they do belong to some senior personalities, senior women personalities who were served in the war or something. Let's go across and see some different photos. Another happy couple, you can see that. This one. Wow, this is probably the most inspirational I've seen on this floor. So he says that suppose the war ends this year, he'll return, and that would have been exactly 18 years since he met. He loves her a lot, but you can say one thing: he puts the country above everyone else. There's some letters mentioned. I'm not sure whether it's written by him or his wife or whomsoever. I'm not able to understand them since they are in Vietnamese. Hopefully, would have been nice if they would have been in English. Anyways, loves his country above everyone. We gotta really appreciate his spunk there. He's not gonna do anything till he wins the battle for his country. We must try to end the war as early, to not bother our children, so that they can study and build the country in peace. Absolutely amazing quote. Another inspirational quote. This one. Wow, the people during those days were really, really so determined, and so much of perseverance, able to put the hard yards and to look away from the family, to achieve independence, and to close out the war, and they achieved it. Inspirational indeed. This one, very, very true. One that life depends on your timing. An artillery, it could release shells and you could be 1 meter apart and save yourself, and your buddy could be 1 meter ahead and he could kick the bucket. Indeed, very true. Laugh, cry, fight, enjoy every moment, because death is inevitable. I totally agree. And that heaven controls it. enjoy every point of life, whatever you're doing. And one thing which I didn't like here, to be honest, is this statement. No matter how many wives a man has, he's unsatisfied. Wish they could remove this absolute making mockery of all the men over here. And this one is more or less equally worse. Husband angry, then the wife's turn is to make things together. That's absolutely correct. Apart from that, laughing while asking when you're angry, absolutely gibberish. You're not gonna laugh when he's livid. And she further goes on to state that, don't be angry with me. Okay, that's okay. If you want a second wife, I can look for you. You're making a mockery of that man. You're actually making him twice angry. Deserves to take a break if he says something of that sort. That's all. Many inspirational quotes.